to my office. I thought it was really important that New York City sees its leaders, its folks doing normal New York City things. We want to make sure that we are pushing facts and not fear. And it takes all of us to make sure that that fear doesn't manifest in the way that I've been seeing it. We want people to just go about their lives being just a bit more cautious, being a bit more vigilant, but not feeding into hysteria unnecessarily. And I do want to applaud our mayor and our governor for, I believe, updating us with the necessary things that we need. And we're asking folks, instead of feeding into the fear, you can take command and control. Wash your hands more often. That's something, just double the amount of times you wash your hands. I have to learn this myself, but maybe for a little while, less handshakes, some more fist bumps, just a nod of the head. Those things are much better and are factually better to prevent the spread than the fear and the things that I've been seeing. And we have seen no evidence at all that our Asian brothers and sisters are any more likely to be moving this forward. And so I am just disturbed when I see these bigoted attacks against our Asian brothers and sisters and our Asian New Yorkers, and it's just completely unfounded. Unfortunately, when we're going through issues like this, the latent bigotry and latent prejudice often rises to the top, and that's what's happening today. I was in Chinatown just a couple weeks ago. I go there often to grab lunch, and I'm excited to continue doing that. It's a great place to be. We want to make sure that we continue to support our small businesses. We can continue to do the things that we normally do. And as things change, we will get information. Our city and state government have done a very good job updating us and not hiding information and giving us what we need. So we're just asking everyone, be a little bit more vigilant, but use facts over fear, and we're going to head into the training.
How do you feel about that Febreze incident where somebody sprayed an Asian?
I mean, it's one of a few incidences that I've seen directed at Asian New Yorkers, and it's just not necessary. Dude, just wash your hands, or do a little bit less handshaking. That was, the ignorance of it is remarkable, right? I mean, first of all, Febreze doesn't kill anything, and second of all, there's no evidence that anyone in particular, or any group of people in particular in New York are helping spread this. As a matter of fact, you look at who is coming down with it, there's no evidence that it's Asian New Yorkers. So I was very disturbed and hurt to see that. That's one of the things that prompted me to try to do this a little more publicly so people can see. Just go about your business. Just be a little bit more vigilant. Change your habits slightly. Again, wash your hands. Whatever amount of times you wash your hands in a day, double it. If you can do a fist bump without shaking hands, do that.
Giovanni, do you see this though as, if the person doing the Febreze thing is obviously or seems to be disturbed, there's no complaint filed, do you see this as a hate crime or just an incident that kind of bothers you?
I am careful about using certain terms when we don't have all the facts. So we can have people who are disturbed and need help, which shows us just another thing that's failing here, which is our mental health system. But we also do have people who have bigotry and prejudice in them, and it's clear, both of those things. If we're pushing a certain message, sometimes that tips people off. So we have to do everything we can to pull that back.
But you're seeing more incidents directed at Asian Americans?
I mean, I remember seeing something in February that occurred. I remember seeing this. I think there's this idea floating around somehow that people should stay away from Chinatown and things of that nature. I think it's just all based in misinformation, coddled with kind of latent prejudices that, frankly, all of us have these latent prejudices that are there, and we have to work hard to push back on them, and particularly in times when things like this are going on, because those things can take hold, and if they take hold, we've seen a lot of bad things happen, and we don't want that to happen.
What about small business? Obviously Chinatown is suffering, but I know of restaurants where there are group events that are getting canceled left and right, and these businesses are suffering from that. What can the city do, or what can be done about that?
I think all of our small businesses are suffering. I think small businesses in our Chinatowns across the city are suffering even more. And, I just want people to know that you can go about your life. I don't know that, all events need to be canceled, we do have to be vigilant. So if there's a reason to cancel an event, like if you have real information that someone may have been exposed or something like that, or at a high risk, then that makes sense. But otherwise, just have everybody wash their hands when they go in there. Maybe have some alcohol wipes, and maybe do a little less handshaking, and then wash your hands again before you leave, and wash your hands when you get home. We want people to not stop live their lives. We want people to continue to support small businesses. And if anything changes, people should rest assured, not on the orange man in the White House, but our local government has been doing a really good job of not keeping information from us, of telling us what the numbers actually are, the numbers of people who are quarantined, and that should just give some confidence that we're doing all that we can.
Would you encourage New Yorkers maybe go grab lunch or dinner in Chinatown this evening?
Absolutely. I did I got on my Instagram Live, I think it was last week or week before, when I went to Chinatown to Wonton Noodle Gardens. It's one of my favorite places. Sometimes I go to Buddha Badai because I'm a vegetarian or pescatarian. So I encourage people to go to Chinatown, frequent those businesses, get some lunch, get some dinner. I actually encourage everyone, go out and grab some lunch anywhere in the small business. Let's just keep our small businesses thriving, because we need them once we get on the other side of this.
Do you have something in particular to say to the Asian community?
I'm just sad to see some of the things that have been going on directed toward the Asian community. It's not fair. Thankfully, that is a very, very small minority of New Yorkers, and we want the Asian community to know that, as with anyone, we stand with them. They're New Yorkers. We're all in this together.
One more question.